Greetings and hallucinations, ladies and lads. I am Chancellor of the harmonious frequencies of the mighty Empire of Onion. And this is Factorio. Well, yeah, it looks like our system is still working fairly well. Trying to take a peek around and see exactly what's going on. I think we're doing alright. I was just looking at this and how we might be able to move the iron over and up here. We've also got some of it right here too if we need. I was talking about using this line, bringing it up and around to feed the new production, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. We may need to bring this copper over because we're going to need a ton of copper to get the next things going. It's going to be thousands and thousands of regular circuits and advanced circuits to feed into these processor chips. Processing units. Yeah, 20 electronic circuits and 2 advanced, plus sulfuric acid, which is produced over here. Only over here. It just requires water and sulfur, right? Oh, and iron. Okay, I forgot about the iron. So you might even be able to produce it also up here, which would be fine. It's not entirely necessary because we could just as easily pipe it out of here and up and around. I just don't know if this is producing enough for both. I think it most definitely would be because the batteries are full, if I'm not mistaken. Not quite. So they are still producing, but I mean, it's using stuff up pretty slowly. Slower than how fast that can be produced, so it's no big worry. Okay, our solid fuel situation seems to be fantastic so far. Yeah, our light oil is actually full, and we still have plenty more to go. We need more space so that we can produce plastic and things like that out of the petroleum gas. I may have to start using light oil to produce petroleum gas to make up for any absence that we have due to inability to process oil because of the light oil being full. If that made sense. It made sense in my head, but it might not have come out correctly. Let's throw those two down. I mentioned before that this will equalize the ratio of storage for the heavy oil and light oil both. So yeah, 13, 14K. This ought to have 13 or 14K. It does. So they're balanced out now, which is exactly what I was looking for. Let's run down and check and see what kind of research we have. Military is backed up the most. We don't have any chemical research backed up right now, so that's a little bit sad. And I don't think we have anything that focuses just on military research either. Yeah, I was trying to see, too, if we have anything that does green, red, military, and production, but that's not the case either. Everything that requires production science requires chemical science. That's pretty frustrating, but it's the way it is. Let's go for the research speed. I think that'll be okay. We'll get that going. Let's check on the iron over here and make sure that that the miners are picked up, all of them that need to be. So I think our next move then is to get started on the other levels of production. So this actually needs electronic engines, processing units, batteries, plastic, steel, tons of copper, and a little bit of iron. So that's the thing, that tons of copper is what's going to hold us back. Unless I can get this belt, or this load of copper over here somehow. Let's go ahead and straighten this out a bit, like that. We'll just take this away because it's going to confuse things. Let's see if I can grab this single... Yeah, a little bit. We grab some copper too, which is perfectly fine. I'm stocked up on coal. I was going to try to get rid of that before I got distracted and forgot what I was doing. Okay, so looking at it now, we may be able to get this most easily transported up to here. Oh, it's going to be a bit wild as we do. Might be able to bring it over and up this way underneath these things and then around. might be the best. So I'll give that a go. Let me grab some more belts because I know we're going to need them. I'm going to try something that might drive people a little bit crazy. It's going to get ugly again. And we're going to up our engine production in order to compensate for the lack of production that we've been seeing on these chemical research packs. Then we need to output, don't we? And we can go right here. Perfect. There. So now we've got 3 making engines, and I can go another speed and efficiency module to throw in here as well. That'll help with that. Because I would much rather be backing up on engines than to have these stutter for any length of time. But okay, back to what I was doing. Let's get this copper over to where it needs to be. Okay, so now we have copper and iron both available on this side of the line. That's wonderful. I apologize for my voice. My allergies are going crazy. It's a time of the year when the juniper puts out a whole bunch of pollen, and so that really messes me up. So I apologize if it's scratchy. I know sometimes that can get annoying, and it makes you want to try to clear your throat because you can hear me. So I do apologize if that's a problem, but there's nothing I can do about it. Even if I take allergy meds, I'll either be too exhausted to do anything, or I'll be scratchy voice. So I think we will take this opportunity to store engines. I know I said I was trying to have these backed up where they're always working, but if this is starting to back up, that means we have plenty of units. So we'll start taking them from here. No, let's not do that, actually. Let's make sure that we're only taking spares. Yeah, this way it has to pass through all of these, including this one, before it's actually picked up. I'm surprised I could fit that in there and have it work out, but it did. Alright, so back to what we were doing again. I keep getting distracted, I know. We're looking at processing unit, flying robot frames. What do those take precisely? Steel, battery, electric circuits, and electric engines. So is that the only place that we need electric engines at? And batteries, it said? Yeah. These require lube, iron, copper. Oh, these require engine units. Holy cow. Low density structure, where do we find those at? Right here. Okay. 20 copper plates, 2 steel, and 5 plastic. Man. So we're going to have to get steel production up here too. We have 4 electric furnaces. Let's pretend like that's going to be plenty. And we'll start them in right here. We'll start them in here. I know it's close to this, but we'll just feed and export on the other side. It'll be fine. Okay, so that's a start there. We will... Yeah, let's continue on the outside, bringing the iron over. Then, of course, we'll just need these inputting. And since we're doing this all on one side, we shouldn't need electrical poles between or behind or anything like that. So this should be perfectly fine. We'll bring the steel over to this direction. Perfect. And then we will light it all up where we can. Okay, so now we have steel production. That's step 1. Okay, so I think I found that it might be easier to just pull gears and pipes up from here. I'm trying to think about how best to do it too. I might have to move this pipe over to here and the pipe underneath to come around and get the sulfuric acid up above. I think that's definitely how we're going to have to do it. Let's see though, if we replace this guy with a medium instead, can we take this one away entirely? Yeah. And that doesn't mess anything up. So now we can just pipe underneath here and go over if we need to. That way I don't have to worry about this belt messing anything up for me. And we can just come around to here. Yeah, that ought to be plenty. Okay. And then the medium will go there. We can have at least 2 guys making engines. And they'll need... Oops. I need to make a whole load of inserters too. Oh, let's see. Both of these guys will be making engines. Wonderful. So, where do we have to output those at? Our lab research speed is done. That's okay. Let's go for something that requires military. Let's go with, oh, look here. That just does military research. I don't know how I missed that like 4 times that I was looking for military research items, but there we go. So that'll chew up some military research and allow us to build up some chemical research. Okay, but we have these. They've created engines and they have nowhere to output right now. I'm still trying to figure out what the best place for them to go is. Let's try this. Let's try this. Right, like this. Throw that in the middle, as usual. We'll bring these on up. Okay, and then we're going to split this right here. Yes, just like that. And we'll come down with these to there. That should be plenty. Then we'll input from here and here. We'll also input from here and here. Then we can tell these two to make electronic circuits. We probably need 3 of these. Yeah, we'll most likely need 3 of these. So let's go 1 more at least. How many advanced circuits do we need? We need some for this, right? 2. None for that, none for this, none for those. Okay, so we'll only need 1 advanced circuits construction here. I'm going to need to get some plastic off of here and pipe it around, but that'll be okay. What was that? Follower robot count 2 researched. Good. I think power armor is probably our next bet. Yeah, resume. I guess we started that one already. That's okay. So we'll need more iron from there. I don't think from there, because if we have to bring this copper underneath and over here for something, I want it to have space. And then this. Perfect. For advanced circuits, we'll need copper wires, right? Yeah. Plastic and electronic circuits. So where we output the electronic circuits is where we will input them into this one. Okay, so now this guy just needs plastic, which I think we will be able to get to it with the filter inserter. We still don't have a way to output engines, I realize. I might need to take this copper away and have it coming through underneath here. I think that is exactly what we need to do, actually. Okay, power armor is already done. That was fast. I guess that research speed really helped us out there. Let's go for this automation 3, actually, and then we might look into coal liquefaction. I don't think we'll ever need that, though, because we have so much oil. Like, even if we look at the map, we've got oil here, we've got oil here, we've got oil right here. There's oil right here also. So there's really no need to liquefy coal. We need to get rid of these guys, though, because this pollution has reached them no problem, and they're going to get angry soon. I'm surprised we haven't been attacked yet. Unless we have, and I just didn't notice. Yeah, there are corpses here, so 98, 99, 100 still. 3 kills. We've got 139 kills, damage dealt 2,790. 235 kills, 4,452 damage dealt. This guy's been rebuilt so many times. 69 kills as well. Alright. We're getting somewhere, though. We're getting somewhere. Let's see. Yeah, I have my filter inserter. So we're going to want to bring out plastic from there. Do I have plastic on me? I do. Let's use a couple of small ones just so that they are kind of out of the way. I say a couple. Let's use one for that one inserter. And then go back to mediums for these areas here. That should be alright. Okay, so that's working out. Yeah, this only requires 2, and then sulfuric acid. The acid will have to be piped pretty far to get over here. What else required plastic? These low-density flying structures. Okay, we can pipe them underneath. Does this require, yeah, 20 copper plates? I think I'm going to have to rearrange these just a little bit, because I really need this to be in between these. Okay. So now that's all rearranged. We get these producing again. And now I can output engines down here. They can go underneath this and up this direction. Okay. So we're making more assemblers, which we will need. Okay, we're getting pretty close here to having this done. Alright, so if we wanted to make... Yeah, it does want the lubricant piped in from that side, which is perfectly fine. Come out like this, and then just pipe it straight in. Poof. We've got lubricant. You want some of these. Quite a few of them, if I'm not mistaken. 2. Okay, that's not a lot, actually. And then we actually don't need a lot of engine units from this either, so having 2 of these is probably overkill. So we could probably store a bunch of those also. There we go. So now we have electronic units being built. Engines, I mean. Yeah, this still requires more electronic circuits. So we're going to need them to be here. Oops. We could output the engine unit straight into here. And then we could also have a spare crate here, so that if this is producing more than this needs input, it can output over there. That'll be perfectly fine. Okay, so we also need steel over here and batteries. Wait a minute. How did this one even grab? How did this one even grab a purple? I must have shoved it in there manually. Okay. But yeah, these weren't working because, lo and behold, they didn't have any purple research to work on. But that's okay, because that just means we were stacking up on the other researches. Perfectly fine. Oh, these lower ones don't have... Okay, we're trying to get up here with these. I think I may drive them directly in. Right. But we're going to need to set something else up. Yeah, we need steel, plastic, and copper for this. So we're going to have to get this copper over here. And we still need to output these. Okay, if we output these on the far side, that'll work. And then... Okay, this will have to be here. It's going to build the low density structures. We're going to need this to be here. This is going to have to go underneath. Okay, batteries are being delivered. Oh. Yeah, we were being alerted. So it looks like 92, 95. This is actually kind of close to where I'm working. But it's okay. Alright, so these are finally being produced now. These have been produced in output. We're going to output these on the same track over here. But we want them to be output on the inside. Yeah, so I'll put like this. And then this is going to have to go straight this direction. Right. There. So they're coming in on opposite sides of the belt. That's ideal. Oh, okay. We're almost there, folks. We're almost there. Flying robot frame, low density structures, and then processing units are what we're needing to work on next. Automation 3 is done. That's awesome. So now we have the assembling machine 3, which will speed us up a bit on crafting some things. Wow, 4 speed modules for one. That's going to take ages to craft each one. Effect transmission would be nice to have, actually. It would be very nice to have. We need this for the space science pack. Yeah, and that's one of the earlier ones, so let's go ahead with that. Okay, this is done, this is done. So we need... oh man. I feel like this ought to be cleaned up. Yeah, it's okay if they come in on both sides for now. Because it only leads to the one thing, so it'll just take whatever it needs. Alright, and then my idea was to combine these onto the same belt like this, right? And then we're going to come down through. Perfect. Okay, then we just have to pipe the sulfuric acid in, which is one below the petroleum gas. So that'll be a regular pipe and a ground pipe. Okay, we're going to have to move it down one more because I can't get the pipe to work properly. So let's put that there. We'll see if this can reach one more. I'd be a little bit surprised. Yeah, it doesn't. We can go to the side though, which is perfectly fine. Oh, finally. Okay. Now we just need to get these all the way down. These really take a long time to build, don't they? Ah, being attacked again. Oh, wrong button. Okay, let's go. Okay, so this guy's now making utility science. Holy cow. We did it, folks. We finally did it. I'm gonna... let's see, not here. So I'll put down here. Okay, and I'm gonna need the coal to do a little crazy deal. Where it goes out and around. There. So now utility science is going to be fed directly to that side. We might see if we can eventually ramp this up to 2 assemblers doing the utility science, which we could even do that right now, actually. Let's undo that. Let's bring the belt. Okay, and so we'll upgrade to assembler 3s, just about everything that's earlier on in the production line here, because we're out already of the regular inserters like this. I'll go ahead and get started on producing as many of those as we can. What's the holdup? Plastic, probably. So let's collect a bunch of plastic here. Let's collect a bunch of plastic. Okay, we'll make as many of those as we can, and I guess copper is my holdup now, so I could try collecting a bunch of copper too. Where'd it go? Where'd all my copper go? Where is it? It's gone. It is. My copper is actually all gone. I forgot to put an output on this one. Yeah, now that I'm actually using the production science, these are operating, and that's what's zapping a bunch of my copper. I'm gonna have to expand copper production next time. I think I have a slight idea. Oh wow, my iron production is dying also? What's happening there? These are outputting as fast as they can. Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be a problem. I'll have to think about it next time, though. That's all the time I have for this episode. So if you want to catch another one, be sure to subscribe. Consider supporting my channel through the Patreon link down in the video description. And feel free to check out any of my other videos or playlists that you might be interested in. Thank you so much for all the time that you spend on my channel, and I hope blessings of wisdom and peace on all of you. Farewell.